much. Joining me now for reaction, retired U.S. Army Major General Dana Pittard. He led the initial fight against ISIS in Iraq, and he served our country for more than 30 years, and we thank you for your service, General. He is also author of Hunting the Caliphate, America's War on ISIS and the Dawn of the Strike Cell. General, is there any sign that there is an internal power struggle of some kind going on in Iran? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, good evening, David. When you have a regime like Iran, where the president is really chosen by the theocracy and the group of ayatollahs to an extent, there will be some elements of instability in a transition like this. So right now, the first vice president, Mohammed Mokbar, has been named as the interim president. But one can only imagine behind the scenes what is going on overall. Because Iran has some challenges right now. They've got challenges economically. They've got challenges politically. There's tensions in the Middle East. Tensions are at an all-time, or at least a 20-year high with Israel. They recently launched that horrendous attack against Israel, which luckily was stopped by Israel and the coalition. So they've got their challenges.
Well, let's talk about that attack, and I'm just wondering the extent to which the president who just passed away, to what extent was he responsible for that? Because what it did, if anything, was to bring together the coalition that Iran fears so much between Israel and Arab nations who worked with Israel to stop those missiles from doing any damage.
Yes, in fact, President Reza, his record is mixed. I mean, he immediately supported Russia in their fight against Ukraine. He's been supporting through his Iranian proxies in the Middle East with attacks against Israel, against the U.S. and other coalition forces. He's been doing other things in the region against Israel. The launching of the drone, missile, and air attack against Israel, that was all under his watch.
And again, because of the Biden administration's relief of the sanctions, ending the maximum pressure campaign that the Trump administration had, they've got tens of billions more dollars than they did during the Trump administration. Instead of using it at home to build infrastructure, to help the people out, they've been spending so much of it on these fanciful efforts to kill off Israel or to develop a nuclear bomb, something that's not helping the people of Iran.
That's true, but they're having economic problems now, so now is the time to put maximum pressure on Iran. But we must be careful. We must not do something that unites the Iranian people behind their government. But now's the time to put pressure on Iran.
Could we do it the same way that Donald Trump did when he was president?
We could do several things. I mean, some good things were done, and some other things were done. We could do things like put more economic pressure on, make sure the sanctions stick with Iran. Make sure that we are doing what we're doing right now, which is trying for a peace between Israel and Saudi Arabia, and keep surrounding Iran and containing Iran in the Middle East.
Well, General, we have to leave it there, but I would be negligent not to thank you for your service as we approach Memorial Day. Our thoughts go out to you on this Memorial Day coming up. Thank you again for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you, David.